What would you say is the best part about doing YouTube?
I know instantly what the answer is, and I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but it has made me a better mom.
Well, that certainly did not age very well. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Ablaze channel. Today we're looking at a more serious type of a topic. This is Ruby Frank, and to be quite frank, she is probably TikTok's worst mother. So bad, in fact, that she's actually being arrested without bail. Ruby Frank here is a TikToker who's basically used her kids for monetary gain, and on top of that has abused and is all around just a terrible mother. Today we're going to be looking at all the clips that led up to her arrest and all the terrible things that she's done.
Police say this is the house a young child escaped from and went to a neighbor's house asking for food and water. They said that child was severely malnourished along with another one they found inside the same home. Officers say his wrists were duct taped. He had wounds from being tied up across his body. Frankie's family vlogs ended without a specific reason given. Frankie now works for the Utah County company Connections along with Hildebrand. It's described as a treatment program for those with mental health and addiction issues. Connections has been the subject of a lot of controversy, specifically for its teachings on parenting.
And here is the audio from that police call, which the neighbor actually made.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty. His ankles are taped up, and he won't tell us why.
Okay.
But he has duct taped around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been... Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been... He needs... This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds. He says what's happened to him is his fault.
That's not a problem. That's sad to hear.
Now, I know the oldest daughter has even come out and basically said she's glad that her mother has been arrested and detained. And for your kids to say that about you, about your own parent, clearly means some pretty dodgy stuff has happened here. But that's not to say the warning signs weren't there. I mean, she's uploaded some pretty disturbing TikToks before any of this actually happened.
What are you doing to this poor baby? Should I tape your eyes to make you sleep?
And with other clips like this, where she was called by the school because her daughter didn't have a packed lunch. And her response was practically to say that she is responsible for her own packed lunches. The kid is 4 years old, by the way, so I really don't understand how the kid's supposed to be responsible for her own packed lunches. And I really think that, to be quite honest with you, there are some people that definitely should not have kids, and this is definitely one of those people. Generally, who says to a 4-year-old, you're responsible for your own packed lunches? And like she says later on, sorry you're having to learn this the hard way, but you should have packed it. She's 4 years old. Here's the clips in which she said that, by the way.
Just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch. And it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
Trying to share some of their food with you, I don't think you're going to be able to eat. But if you're not responsible for your lunch and your lunch money, that's the natural consequence. And I'm really sorry you're learning this the hard way.
Even situations where she had to take her kids to the hospital because they didn't feel well, the mum obviously put herself first. In this video, she claims that one of her kids' vision was going, she didn't feel well, and she was getting blurry vision. So what did she decide to do? She decided to have a bath, put some lip gloss on, take her time, like she literally says in the video as well. It's so stupid as well because she documents all the stuff, which probably fucking the courts, by the way, loved, I'm sure, uploading all the proof they need on YouTube. Way to go, you fucking dumbass. But again, it's like if your kid needs help and needs to go to the hospital, as she claims, why are you stalling? Why the fuck are you taking your time with anyone, by the way, not just a kid, but in general? Like, who does that? If there's a family member or anyone that needs to go to the hospital, you go to the hospital and you get it done and sorted as quickly as you can. You don't do this.
I'm cleaning the sink, I'm cleaning the countertops, mopping the floor. I'm stalling. I think I'm ready now. I think I'm ready to leave. I put on a little bit of lip gloss and that will be as much stalling as I'll go. And so she woke up this morning, she's like, Mom, my vision is really blurry, like more blurry than it usually is. Kevin just came in and he's like, I think we need to take Sherry to the emergency room. I said, well, let me take a shower and then I'll be out. It's been an hour, so.
By the way, the evidence doesn't stop there, with other videos coming out where she quite literally says stuff like this.
And there was a time, I'll find the photo. I had just had Russell and Julie was just crying a lot and whiny, and one day I looked at her and I'm like, you just stink. She had like peed her pants or something, and it was just because she was being neglected, because I was totally paying attention to the new baby.
Like, who says that? Like, who actually in their right mind says that and thinks, yeah, you know what, this is going to be great content, guys. Yeah, I neglect my child. Anyway, make sure to smash that bell button so you get notifications for when I next upload and can bitch about my children. Just straight bitching about your children in general is bad enough. Announcing that you neglect them is disgusting. You know, I can't lie, it's kind of hard watching a lot of this shit. I feel generally bad for these kids. Could you imagine if this was your childhood? You had this mother? The Grinch would be a better parent than this piece of shit, if I'm being honest with you. She even then claims how the kid slept in, and now that has to be a lesson because she's old enough and she missed preschool. Yeah, listen to what I just said there. She's old enough to get up on her own terms and make her own lunches, like she said earlier, to go to preschool. She's 4 years old. Even her other daughter called her out on this and said this.
Eve slept in. She's notorious for sleeping in. And she woke up and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to wake her up, because every time I wake up, she gets super grumpy and upset, and I have to literally drive her and get her dressed. And she's old enough to do that herself. And she missed preschool. She slept in and she woke up and she's like, I'm ready to go to preschool. I said, you know what? Preschool's over. You slept through it. I'm sorry. And she's like, what? And I said, you need to get up and get ready if you're going to go to preschool, because I'm not going to drive you out of bed.
She can't control when she wakes up.
Apparently she can.
No, because I woke her up.
Now, I can't lie, there's actually some clips in here that are pretty fucking awful, and I don't really actually want to put in, or even just the audio. But the fact that she uploads this in general is fucking disgusting. I'm pretty sure this is the same mum who was trying to get a thumbnail when her kid was actually crying and upset. Like, don't get me wrong, I can understand the grind. Really? Your kids don't come first, the grind comes first? And in this clip that I just watched, I don't really know if I want to show you guys. I can show screenshots. They're in this windy field and the kid's basically crying, but yet she has to record her outro before she takes care of her child. Oh, I don't know if there's like a mental block here with this woman. Clearly there is. I'm getting the vibes of a massive narcissist and psychopath who clearly doesn't have any feelings for their own children, but cares more about getting that YouTube money than taking care of her own kids. It's all about her. But let's be honest, you know that's the truth when you put lip gloss on and have a bath before taking your own kid to the hospital.
I had a fever of 103 degrees. Well, hi Chad. Did you take a little bath? Well, I won't film you then. It's kind of embarrassing. What are you watching? Football? Okay, how you feeling?
Not good.
Oh man, do you need any Tylenol or anything?
Do you need any Tylenol? Is this really the kind of generation that we're growing up in as well? Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I do YouTube for a living. I like it. It's fun. If I'm being honest, I would probably put my own cat before my YouTube channel, let alone if I had a kid. Could you imagine if you have something bad going on in your house and your first thought is to, where's the camera? This would be great content.
You don't get personal space, because this is my space, because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine. And as long as you're living in my home, it is my job to know everything about you. You don't get to sneak, you don't get to hide, you don't get to have secrets. Not in my house.
Do you see how loving that is?
Like, what does she expect? Her 4-year-old to go out and get a job and then get a mortgage so she can afford for her own house? There you go. Now you can have your own space finally, little one. This doesn't come as any surprise. I'm not a parent, but I already feel like I would do a way better job than this thing woman. I feel like it's totally vital for your kids to have their own personal space. Personal space isn't something that's earned. It's just a God-given right.
Here's the deal. Everything that comes into this house belongs to who?
Yeah.
Belongs to me. Everything. So you don't have a cell phone, you have access to a phone.
I don't.
Chad does not have a cell phone I took from him. He has access, which benefits were withdrawn. See how that works?
It's like every clip I watch of this woman, the happier I am that she has been arrested. Who the f says it like that? And why is she power tripping so hard over her own children? It's like she generally enjoys their misery. She kind of gets a little bit of a high from it. It's like the way that the kids then even talk about their own mother is just kind of sad. They refrain from saying stuff like my room and my mum's room that she's letting me borrow for the time being.
What are you looking forward to the most in the new house? For sure, my new room, not my room, mom's room that she's letting me have or use.
Teaches their kids to live that way.
You guys saw that I took Abby's phone away.
I still don't know how she hasn't gotten that back.
Have I ever given something back less than 6 months?
I've had my phone away for like days.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
Aren't I such an awesome mother? I like took away that bedroom for like ages and made him sleep outside. I'm so cool and quirky.
I don't understand. Is that like a flex? Is that like a, look how hard I am. I bully and boss around a 4-year-old. Aren't I tough? I don't look at that, and I'm sure people watching right now, I'm sure you guys don't look at that and think, wow, look at how she's hard. That is sick. Yeah, make these children's life a misery. And honestly, the more I'm watching this, I'm surprised that she didn't get arrested sooner, if I'm being honest. The fact that it has been documented and put on YouTube.
Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room, and he just got the bedroom back. It hasn't had a flip phone, a smartphone, any kind of phone, and it's been over a year. And I still have no intention of returning a phone. And you may never get the phone back.
Probably not.
Well, like, I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore.
Because they're
They say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live.
Any friends?
Sucks, but I don't feel safe or accepted in any friend groups. So.
Like, how do you hear that and then just carry on recording and think, oh really, so yeah, turn it into like a podcast almost and just carry on recording? Like, yeah, I feel like if I was a parent and I heard one of my kids say that, I'd be like, oh, whoa, like, can turn off the camera for a second and try and figure this out. She doesn't give a shit. Like, generally doesn't care. If anything, in her little messed up little pea brain, she's probably thinking, well, yeah, you know what? Oh, well, that's a lesson learned, isn't it? It's not even like a lesson being learned. This is just practically torture at this point. None of the kids look even remotely happy. Why would you not want that either, right? Like, why would you not want to make happy memories with your kids and that be the memories you have? Not, oh, wasn't I such a hard parent? I taught them so well, and life lessons at the age of 4. She's just effectively stripped away their childhood.
You have like 3 shirts.
No, I don't. No, okay, look, when I went to Anasazi, mom got mad and there were a ton of clothes on my floor, so she donated all the clothes that were on the floor. So I came home to like 3 pairs of pants and like 5 shirts, so.
To look, I don't know, hard or whatever, or for just content on YouTube, this is just depressing to watch. If your own kids are saying that they don't feel comfortable having friends because of you, I don't know how easier you can really spell that out, that you are the problem.
Oh, you throw them on the ground and you start rolling them. You get a blanket and you start hitting the flames. And they're gonna say, you're hurting me, you're beating me, you're controlling. It's like, no dear, hold still, I'm getting the fire out. That's what a loving parent does.
Is there any loving parents watching this right now who agree with whatever she just said there? Because I don't think she generally meant there's flames. But she seems to be so delusional because in all the videos, she just claims on what an amazing parent she is. No one's telling her this, by the way, except for herself, obviously. But I generally think that she says it so much that she actually believes that she is somehow.
Tell you, Chad, I'm really glad you're home. Our house is so much better with you here. But there's one part of me that really hates that you're here. Do you want me to tell you what it is? I started eating desserts and my stomach hurts so bad every day. I can't handle it.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to decode what she means there as well, because I don't fucking understand. What? Also, imagine your parents saying that to you. Oh yeah, like, you know, I'm really glad you're back, but there is one thing that I hate about you. Like, even just saying that. Oh, there's one thing I actually hate about you, by the way, and just start like listing a bunch of things that they hate about. Don't tell your kid that. You may think it sometimes, I'm sure. And I'm sure there's times you probably get pretty wound up. But don't actually say that to your kid. By the way, I made a list of things, by the way, that I just despise about you. You want me to tell you what they are on camera before I put it on YouTube? Okay, here I go. Sit down. It's a pretty big list.
Julie has been asking all summer if she can shave her legs and armpits, and I
never said that. I don't want to.
You don't?
No. Julie, you should shave your armpits.
I think your armpits need to be shaved more than your legs do.
Yeah.
Bro, who uploads this? How embarrassed do you want your kids to... Could you fucking imagine if one of your parents came up to you and said this and you're a girl? Like, is she actually brain dead? So with all that being said, that is basically the drama that's been going on. Yes, she has been arrested, but throughout the whole thing, she said that her kids are the ones that are the abusers somehow, not from what I can see, and tries to manipulate everything, and also just claims in every video on what a loving and caring parent she is. And I don't know about you guys, but just through those clips alone, I saw not 1 ounce of a loving parent there. I just generally feel quite upset, actually, like about these kids and stuff, that they had to go through that and just had their childhoods completely robbed because of just an absolute scumbag mother who tried to just get some content for her YouTube channel. I can't tell you how disgusting that is, and I kind of wish I'd seen this a little bit earlier. This is a terrible human being. I'm pretty happy that she has now been arrested, and I'm sure her kids are, and I hope that they can finally start to live a normal childhood. With that all being said, guys, all I can ask is if you share this video, we can really just show this woman for the scumbag that she really is. Because I'm not lying when I say not probably one of the worst, but definitely the worst TikTok mom I've ever seen. Sure, some of them can be annoying, but she is just straight up abusive. With that all being said, guys, I hope you are having a good day nonetheless, and I hope everyone is doing well, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.